Hi friends, my name is Maruti and I am the co-founder of Kraku. In this video, we'll be looking at the video solutions for CAT 2022 Slot-1 Quant. We'll be initially showing the question. Please pause the screen at that time, and after that, the video solution for the question will come. If you are having any doubts, try to solve this question on your own, any question. And if you are having still any doubts with any of these questions, feel free to comment below the video. Let us know why you think the solution is either incorrect or lengthy. And if you have a better way to answering that question, again feel free to comment below the video. I'll look at all the solutions, especially the elegant solutions or the nice solutions that students present, and I'll definitely try to respond back to each one of them. Kraku provides a lot of free materials for CAT. We are providing 3 free CAT mocks. All of them are in the latest pattern and have detailed video solutions. You have to just Google search Kraku free CAT mock to get access to the 3 free CAT mocks. They're taken by thousands of students from all across the country and they will benefit you quite a lot. You can immediately figure out how you're faring when you're taking a mock which is in the latest pattern of CAT. If you're looking for previous papers for CAT, we also provide all the previous papers of CAT with detailed text and video solutions in a PDF format. You can just Google search Kraku CAT previous papers to get access to the previous papers of CAT. Not just CAT, we provide previous papers for all the important MBA exams like XAT, SNAP, CMAT, all of them we provide IFT. We provide previous papers for all of them completely for free with detailed video solutions. We also have detailed formula PDF. So all the important formulas for CAT across the different topics, we have created a PDF which is downloaded and read by thousands of students. You have to just Google search Kraku CAT formula PDF to get access to that page where you can download all the PDFs. Where you can download all the PDFs completely for free and they will benefit you quite a lot. Thanks a lot. If you like this video, please do like it and please do share it with your friends. In this question, we are told that there is a village in which the ratio of the males to females is 5:4. So we have males and we have females. Let the number of men be 5x and the number of women be 4x. Out of which the number of literate men, we are told that ratio is 2:3. So let the number of literate men be 2y and the number of literate women be 3y. This would tell us that the number of illiterate men can be calculated. This will be 5x minus 2y. Similarly, the number of illiterate females will be 4x minus 3y. This ratio is again given to us. This is 4:3. We are told that there are 3,600 males in the village who are literate. So this 2y is equal to 3,600. If 2y is equal to 3,600, y will be equal to 1,800 and therefore 3y will be equal to 5,400. So this is equal to 5,400. Or essentially what we are told is that 5x minus 3,600 divided by 4x minus 5,400. This is in the ratio of 4:3. If you cross multiply, we are going to get 15x minus 1,800 is equal to 16x minus 21600, or the value of x is equal to 10,800. What we are required to calculate is the total number of females in the village, which is equal to 4x, and that will equal 4 into 10800, which is equal to 43,200. This will be the answer. In this question, we are told that there are some students, their average weight increases by 600 grams when some new students join. And we are also told that the average weight of the new students is 3 kgs greater than the average weight of the original students. We are required to calculate the ratio of the number of original students to that of the new students. Let us assume that the original weight, the average weight of the original students is W, and there are A such students. Now the new group, let us assume, has B students. Their average weight is 3 kgs more, so this is W plus 3. When you combine both of them, you get A plus B students and their average weight is given to be 600 grams more, that is W plus 0.6. Using this, we can get an equation between A and B, because the total weight of the first group is WA plus the total weight of the second group is W plus 3 into B, which is WB plus 3B. This is equal to W plus 0.6 into A plus B. This is equal to WA plus WB plus 0.6A plus 0.6B. we can cancel WA plus WB on both sides. We will be left with 2.4B is equal to 0.6A, or 4B is equal to A, or the ratio of A by B is equal to 4:1. So the answer for this question is option C. In this question we are told that for any natural number n, suppose the sum of the first n terms is the arithmetic progression n plus 2n square. If the nth term of the progression is divisible by 9, what is the smallest possible value of n? So the sum of the first n terms is equal to 2n square plus n. Now what is the sum of the first n minus 1 terms? The sum of the first n minus 1 terms is equal to 2 times n minus 1 whole square plus n minus 1. What is the difference between the sum of the first n terms and sum of the first n minus 1 terms? If you are looking at the sum of the first n minus 1 terms, that is t1, that is the first term, plus t2 plus dot 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 plus the n minus 1th term. This is the value of s of n minus 1. If you add the nth term to it, here we are going to get the sum of the first n terms. So the difference between these two is basically the nth term. So Tn, that is the nth term, is just the difference between these two. N minus n, the difference between these two is 1, and the difference between these two can be calculated easily. This will be 2n square minus 2 times n square minus 2n plus 1. This is equal to 4n minus 1. Overall 2n square will get cancelled. You will be having plus 4n minus 2 plus 1 is 4n minus 1. So the nth term of this arithmetic progression is equal to 4n minus 1. So the first term is 3, the second term is 7, the third term is 11, fourth term is 15, next term is 19, then we have 23, we have 27 and 31 and so on. The first term of this series, which is divisible by 9, is 27, and this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 7th term. So the correct answer is option C. In this question we are told that 0 is less than or equal to A, is less than or equal to X, is less than or equal to 100. We are told that f of x is modulus of x minus A plus modulus of x minus 100 plus modulus of x minus A minus 50. We are required to calculate the value of A such that the maximum value of f of x becomes equal to 100. Now if you are looking at modulus of x minus A, because A is always less than or equal to x, this will be x minus A. Plus x is always less than or equal to 100, so this is 100 minus x. But we can't conclude anything about modulus of x minus A minus 50. So we'll write it as it is. So simplified, the value of f of x is equal to modulus of x minus A minus 50 plus 100 minus A. We are cancelling plus x and minus x. The maximum value of this we are told is equal to 100. The maximum value of this f of x becomes equal to 100 if the maximum value of modulus of x minus A minus 50 is equal to A. Let us look at how modulus of x minus A minus 50 looks like. How does the value of modulus of x minus P look like? This graph is actually quite simple to draw. This is a y-axis and this is x-axis. This is how modulus of x minus P looks like. When x is equal to 0, this becomes equal to P. The function becomes equal to 0 when x is equal to P, and then it will again keep on rising. In this particular case, the value of modulus of x minus A minus 50, because we can write this as modulus of x minus A plus 50. If you are just drawing this graph, it will be something like this. It will be again a V-shaped graph. It will look something like this. It will be when x is equal to 0, this will be A plus 50. It will become equal to 0 when x is equal to A plus 50, and again it will continue to rise. But over here we are only looking for the values of x which is greater than or equal to A and x which is less than or equal to 100. So when x is actually equal to A around here, this will equal 50. This is when x is equal to A. Because when x is equal to A, x minus A will become equal to 0 and modulus of minus 50 will become equal to 50. So we are looking at this interval from the right side of this point. So it starts with 50 it will continue to become equal to 0 when x reaches a plus 50, and again it will continue to rise. It will again rise and become equal to 50 at this point where x is equal to a plus 100. When x is equal to a plus 100, x minus a will become equal to 100. 100 minus 50 is 50. Modulus of that is 50. But you know that a plus 100 is always greater than or equal to 100 because a is greater than or equal to 0. Or essentially for this question, because x is greater than or equal to a, the graph will be to the right of this, and because a and x, both of them are less than 100, greater than 0, it will be to the left of this. So if the maximum value of this is equal to a, it would imply that the maximum value of this, which is 50, has to be equal to a. And how does the graph look like? Let me erase all of this. Once you know that a is equal to 50, the function becomes equal to, this is again x minus a plus 100 minus x plus modulus of x minus 100. This is 100 minus a will become equal to 50. So this is 50 plus modulus of x minus 100. Here x is varying from 50 to 100 because x is greater than or equal to a, which is equal to 50. So when x is equal to 50, this will be 100 over here, and it will reach down to 0 when x is equal to a plus 50, which is equal to 100. So the maximum value is 50 at the start, like we discussed. So the value of a for this function to reach its maximum value of 100 is equal to 50. In this question, we are told that there are two trains, A and B. They start at the same time towards each other, and we are given some information about the times that they have taken. Let us assume that this is train A and this is train B. This is station X and this is station Y. Let us assume that both of them meet at a point. Let us call this point M. Train A starting from X, it is going towards Y. B started from Y and it is going towards X. Let us assume that they met for the first time after P minutes. So the time that A has taken to come from X to M is P, and the time that B has taken to come from Y to M is also equal to P, because they met each other after P minutes. Now after they met, train B has taken 9 minutes to reach station X. So B has taken 9 minutes to reach A after to reach X after it has left M, and the total time that A has taken to reach B is 10. So the total amount of time that A has taken after M to reach Y is 10 minus P. Now we are required to calculate the value of 9 plus P, which is the total time that train B has taken to go from Y to X. One of the things that you will notice is the speed of trains A and B has remained the same. So the ratio of the time that A has taken to go from M to Y will be the same. Basically the ratio of the times that they have taken to cover the distances from A to M, from X to M, that is this ratio, and this ratio to go from M to Y should remain the same, because their speeds are the same, the ratio of their speeds is also the same. If you are looking at one aspect, what is the ratio of their speeds, and if you are only comparing the times that they have taken to go from X to M, that ratio will be P by 9. But you can also compare the ratio of speeds as the times that they have taken to go from M to Y. That will be equal to 10 minus P divided by P. Both of them have to be the same. So now if you cross multiply, we are going to get P square is equal to 90 minus 9P, or P square plus 9P minus 90 is equal to 0. This is equal to P plus 15 into P minus 6 is equal to 0, or the value of P is equal to 6 minutes. So this is 6 minutes. So they met for the first time after 6 minutes. B has taken 9 minutes to go from M to A. A has taken only 4 minutes to go from M to B. So the total time that A has taken is 6 plus 4, which is 10, and the total time that B has taken is 6 plus 9, which is equal to 15. So the correct answer is 15 minutes.
Google search Krakow free cat mocks. Click on the first link. You can attempt 3 latest cat mocks in the actual exam interface. After completing the test, you get detailed solutions, analysis, percentile along with your scorecard to gauge your all-India performance. Click on the solution to get video solutions from our expert faculty.
In this question, we are told that there is a trapezium ABCD such that AD is parallel to BC. So this is ABCD. And this is how the trapezium is. This is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. AD is parallel to BC, and we are told that angle BAD is 90 degrees. So this is 90 degrees. We are told that BC is 3 centimeters. So this is 3 centimeters, and AD is 8 centimeters. This is 8 centimeters. Now we are given the perimeter of this trapezium, that is 36 centimeters, of which we know the lengths of two sides. One is 3 and the other is 8. So the sum of the lengths of the remaining two will be 36 minus 11, which is equal to 25 centimeters. So the sum of this plus sum of this is 25 centimeters. Now because this is 90 degrees, let us draw a perpendicular from C which will intersect AD at a point, say E. This is a perpendicular that is drawn like that. Now because this is a trapezium, BC is parallel to AD, this also will be 90 degrees, and therefore this is a rectangle such that AE will be 3 centimeters, which is the same as the length of BC, and ED will be 5 centimeters. If you assume that the length of AB is x, CE will also be equal to x, and the length of CD will be square root of x square plus 5 square, which is 25. So the value of x plus square root of x square plus 25 is equal to 25. Now square root of x square plus 25 is equal to 25 minus x. If you square on both sides, you are going to get x square plus 25 is equal to 625 minus 50x plus x square. You cancel x square on both sides. We are going to get 50x is equal to 600, or the value of x is equal to 12 centimeters. So this will be 12 centimeters. Now if you are trying to calculate the area of this trapezium, the area of the rectangle BCAE will be 12 into 3, which is equal to 36 centimeters, and the area of the triangle CED will be half into base, which is 5 centimeters, into height, which is x, which is equal to 12 centimeters. This is equal to 30 centimeters square. That will be the respective areas. So the sum of the areas of these two, which is the area of the trapezium, will be 36 plus 30, which is 66 centimeters square. In this question, we are told that Ankita buys 4 kgs of cashews, 14 kgs of peanuts, and 6 kgs of almonds, when the cost of 7 kgs of cashews, that is 7C, is equal to 30 kgs of peanuts, that is this is equal to 30p, this is equal to 9 kgs of almonds. To make things easy, let us assume that 7C is equal to 30p is equal to 9A is equal to, what is the LCM of 7, 30 and 9? This is equal to 630. So let us assume that the cost of 7 kgs of cashews is equal to the cost of 30 kgs of peanuts is equal to the cost of 9 kgs of almonds, and this is equal to 630x. So the cost of cashews will be 90x, the cost of peanuts will be 21x, and the cost of almonds will be 70x. This would tell us what is the cost of 4 kgs of cashews plus 14 kgs of peanuts plus 6 kgs of almonds. 4C will be 360x, plus 14p is 21 into 14, that is 294x, plus 6a is 6 into 70x, which is 420x. This is equal to 1074x. This is the total cost price. This is how much they spent. And how much did they buy? The total weight that they bought is equal to 4 plus 14 plus 16, that is 24 kgs. Let the selling price of 1 kg of this nuts be S. So the total selling price of 24 kgs is 24S. So 24S is equal to 1074x. This is the total cost price plus 1752. This is what we are told. This is one equation. We are also told that if they sold this 24 kgs as 4 kgs at the selling price for 4s, and the remaining 20 kgs they sold at a discount of 20%. So they sold this 20 kgs at 0.8s, so they would sell it at 16s. So the total selling price will be 4s plus 16s, which is 20s. In this particular case, we are told that the profit is only 744. This would immediately tell us that 4s is equal to 1008, or the value of s is 252. If the value of s is 252, we can calculate that 24s minus 1752 will be equal to 4296. This is equal to 1074x from this equation, or the value of x is equal to 4. How much did he spend on purchasing almonds? 6 kgs of almonds is what he purchased. He spent 420x because 1 kg of almonds is 70x. So the total money that he spent is 420x, which is 420 into 4, which is equal to 1680. So the answer for this question is option A. In this question, we are told that A is the largest positive integer that divides all the numbers of the form 3 to the power k plus 4 to the power k plus 5 to the power k, and B is the largest integer that divides all the numbers of the form 4 to the power k plus 3 into 4 to the power k plus 4 to the power k plus 2. If you are looking at B is the number which divides every number which is of the form 4 to the power k plus 3 into 4 to the power k plus 4 to the power k plus 2. 4 to the power k plus 2 is basically of the form 4 to the power k into 16, because that is 4 to the power k into 4 square plus 3 into 4 to the power k plus 4 to the power k. So now if you are taking 4 to the power k common, this is 1 plus 3 plus 16. This is equal to 4 to the power k into 20. So B is the number which divides every number which is of the form 20 into 4 to the power k. So the value of B will be when k is equal to 1, this is equal to 80. Because if you are looking at B, that is the HCF of all the numbers which are of the form 20 into 4 to the power k. So that is 20 into 4, 20 into 4 square, 20 into 4 cube, and so on. So clearly the HCF is 20 into 4, which is 80, which will be the value of B. If you are looking at A is the HCF of, or the highest common factor of, all the numbers which are of the form 3 to the power k plus 4 to the power k plus 5 to the power k. In case of A, we can't really factorize or simplify this given expression. In case of B, this sum could be easily factorized, and we can simplify it to the form 20 into 4 to the power k. So what we will do for A is, we will substitute the value of k to be equal to 1, calculate the value of A, then we will put k to be equal to 2, calculate the value of that sum, then we will see if we can find out a HCF. If you are substituting the value of k to be equal to 1, this will be equal to this sum 3 to the power k plus 4 to the power k plus 5 to the power k is equal to 12. If k is equal to 2, that will be equal to 9 plus 16 plus 25, which is equal to 50. If k is equal to 3, this is 27 plus 64 plus 125. Now you would figure out that if you are looking at these two, for example, the HCF of these two numbers is equal to 2. And every number which is of the form 3 to the power k plus 4 to the power k plus 5 to the power k will be an even number. Because 3 to the power k will be odd, 5 to the power k will be odd. So the sum of two odd numbers will be even. Add that to 4 to the power k, which will be even. So you are going to get an even number. So the HCF of all the numbers in this particular series will be equal to 2. Or the value of A is equal to 2. So A plus B will be equal to 82. That will be the answer. In this question, we are told that A, B, C are non-zero real numbers such that B square is less than 4AC. We are told that f of x is the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c, and we are told that the set S contains all the integers m such that f of m is less than 0. Then this set must necessarily contain. Before we go to S, let us first look at f of x. F of x is a quadratic equation which is of the form ax square plus bx plus c. Now we know that the discriminant of this quadratic equation d is equal to b square minus 4ac. This is the discriminant. And discriminant of a quadratic equation is important to help us in figuring out what is the number of roots of this quadratic equation. if this discriminant is greater than 0, that is if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, it will have two roots, two real roots, who are both the roots will be distinct. If d is equal to 0, both the roots will be the same and it will have essentially one unique root. If discriminant is less than 0, which is the particular case in this question, that is b square minus 4ac is less than 0, it will have 0 real roots. What is the meaning of real roots? It is basically the intersection of this function f of x and the x-axis. That is, if you have a quadratic equation, if this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis, this quadratic equation will have two roots. These are the two roots. This quadratic equation which is touching the x-axis will have just one root. This quadratic equation on the other hand, which is not touching the x-axis, will have no unique roots. That is, in this particular case, the discriminant is less than 0. In this case, the discriminant is equal to 0. And in this case, the discriminant is greater than 0. In this particular case, we are told that the discriminant is less than 0. So, f of x will not intersect with the x-axis. But based on the sign of a, it is either always greater than 0 or it is always less than 0. That is, if you have the y-axis and x-axis over here, if a is greater than 0, then this is how f of x will look like. If a is less than 0, this is how the quadratic equation will look like. So, in the particular case, in the first case where a is greater than 0, the set S will be empty. It will have no integers for which this f of x is actually less than 0 or f of m is less than 0. In the second case, S will have all integers, because for all values of m, f of x is less than 0. So, based on the sign of a, we can figure out whether this is an empty set or whether this will have all the integers. Because the sign of a is not given to us, we will say that this is either empty set or it will contain the set of all integers. In this question, we are asked to calculate the number of ways of distributing 20 identical balloons among 4 children such that each child gets some balloons but no child gets an odd number of balloons. Let us assume that the balloons with the 4 children are 2a, 2b, 2c and 2d, because all of them are even numbers and all of them a, b, c, d have to be greater than 0. So, the equation we have is that 2a plus 2b plus 2c plus 2d is equal to 20, or the value of a plus b plus c plus d is equal to 10. Here we have all of them to be greater than 0. We want to use the equation, the formula for the number of non-negative integral solutions for an equation. That is, when you have r variables a1, a2, a3 plus dot 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 till ar, which sum up to n, such that each one of them a1, a2 dot 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 till ar are non-negative integers, that is, they are greater than or equal to 0. The number of solutions of this equation is n plus r minus 1 c r minus 1. But this formula is valid when this is greater than or equal to 0. Here we have all of them to be strictly greater than 0. So, we will assume that there are new variables a1 plus 1 which is equal to a, and b1 plus 1 is equal to b, and c1 plus 1 is equal to c, and d1 plus 1 is equal to d, or the sum of a1 plus b1 plus c1 plus d1 is equal to 6. Now, each one of them of the new variables a1, b1, c1 and d1 are greater than or equal to 0, and therefore, the number of solutions for this equation will be 6 plus 4 minus 1 c4 minus 1. This is equal to 9c3, which is equal to 9 into 8 into 7 divided by 6. 9 into 8 is 72, divided by 6 is 12. This is equal to 84. So, the answer for this question is 84.
We at Kraku provide all the previous year CAT papers along with many other MBA examinations such as IIFT, XAT, SNAP, MAT, CMAT, TIS and PGDBA in the actual exam format. You can attempt them as a test and get a detailed analysis of your performance or download them as PDFs.
In this question, let us assume that a and b are natural numbers such that a square plus ab plus a is equal to 14 and b square plus ab plus b is equal to 28. If you are looking at a square plus ab plus a, this is equal to 14, and b square plus ab plus b is equal to 28. If you are adding both of them together, we are going to get a square plus b square plus 2ab plus a plus b. This is equal to 42. A square plus b square plus 2ab is a plus b whole square plus a plus b is equal to 42. This can be factorized to equal a plus b into a plus b plus 1 is equal to 42. If you assume that a plus b is equal to k, k will also be a natural number such that k into k plus 1 is equal to 42, and because k is a natural number, you will conclude that the value of k will be equal to 6, because 6 into 7 is equal to 42. Now if a plus b is equal to 6, if you are looking at any one of the equations, say you are looking at the first equation, this is a into a plus b plus a is equal to 14. That is the value of a square plus ab plus a. This is 6a plus a is equal to 14, or the value of a is equal to 2 and the value of b is equal to 4. Therefore, the value of 2a plus b will be equal to 4 plus 4, which is equal to 8. So the answer for this question is option A. In this question, we are told that Amal buys 110 kgs of syrup and 120 kgs of juice, and the cost of the syrup is 20% less than the cost of juice. Let us assume that the cost of juice is rupees X per kg. So the cost of syrup is equal to rupees 0.8 X per kg, because it is 20% lesser. He bought 110 kgs of syrup and 120 kgs of juice. So the total cost price of this mixture will be equal to 120x plus 110 into 0.8, which is 88x, which is equal to 208x. This is the total cost price. And what is the total selling price? He sold 10 kgs of the syrup and he sold 20 kgs of the juice. Juice he sold at 1.2x, he made a profit of 20%, and the syrup he sold for 10% profit. 10% profit on 0.8x will be 0.88x. So by selling this, he made 10 into 0.88, which is 8.8x, plus 20 into 1.2x, which is 24x. So this is equal to 32.8x. And in addition to it, what did he make? He also sold the remaining. What is the remaining? 20 kgs of the 120 kg juice is sold. So 100 kgs of juice is left, and 10 kgs of the 110 kg syrup is sold. So 100 kgs of syrup is left. So this 200 kgs he sold at 308.32 per kg. So there he made 308.32 into 200 rupees. Plus in the 30 kgs he made 32.8x rupees. This he made an overall profit of 64%. The total cost price is 208x. So this is equal to 208x into 1.64. You will notice that 208x into 1.64 minus 32.8x is equal to 308.32x. The question and the numbers have been designed in such a way that we can actually cancel 308.32, or the value of x is equal to 200. What are we asked to calculate? We are asked to calculate the cost price of the syrup, which is equal to 0.8x, which will be 0.8 into 200, which is equal to 160 rupees. That will be the answer. In this question, we are told that there is a circle, and inside this circle we have a rectangle. The radius of the circle is given to us, that is r. So let us assume that this is how the rectangle will be. Let the length of the rectangle be L, let the breadth of the rectangle be B. This also will be B, this also will be L. Now if you connect one of the diagonals, this diagonal will be a diameter of the circle. So the length of this diagonal will be 2r, and this is 90 degrees. So using Pythagoras theorem, L square plus B square is equal to 4r square. And we are also given the perimeter of this rectangle. The perimeter will be L plus B plus L plus B. So L plus B will be equal to perimeter divided by 2. Using these two equations, we are required to calculate the area of the rectangle. That is, we are required to calculate the value of the product of length and breadth, that is L into B. you can just square the second equation. So you're going to get L square plus B square plus 2LB. This is equal to P square by 4. From this, if you subtract the first equation, you're going to get the 2LB is equal to P square by 4 minus 4R square. Or the value of L into B is equal to P square by 8 minus 2R square. So the answer for this question is P square by 8 minus 2R square, which is option B. In this question, we are told that the average of 3 integers is 13. So the sum of those 3 integers is 13 into 3, which is equal to 39. To these 3 integers, a new natural number n is added. So the sum becomes equal to 39 plus n. And now we have 4 integers. So their average is 39 plus n divided by 4. And this average, we are told, is an odd integer. The minimum possible of n is, this is what we are required to calculate. 39 plus n divided by 4 is an odd integer. The smallest odd integer, which is greater than 39 by n, which is equal to 9.75, is equal to 11. So the smallest value of n will be when 39 by n divided by 4 is equal to 11, or the value of 39 plus n is equal to 44, or the value of n is equal to 5. So the smallest possible value of n is 5. In this question, we are told that there is a mixture of lemon juice and sugar, and that has equal proportion. So the original mixture the ratio of lemon juice to that of sugar syrup is 1:1. Now a new mixture is created by adding this mixture and sugar syrup in the ratio 1:3. So this mixture 1 and sugar syrup is 3. This is added. What is the ratio of lemon juice and sugar syrup in the new mixture? Let us assume that the amount of the original mixture is 2A. Then we will have A of the lemon juice and A of the sugar syrup in it. And because the ratio is 1:3, the amount of sugar syrup added is 6A. In the final mixture, the total weight will be 2A plus 6A, which is 8A. The amount of lemon juice will be A, and the amount of sugar syrup will be A plus 6A, which is 7A. So the required ratio will be 1:7. So the answer for this question is option D. In this question, we are asked to calculate the largest real value of A, for which the equation modulus of x plus A plus modulus of x minus 1 is equal to 2 has an infinite number of solutions for x. Let us first understand how does the graph of modulus of x minus p look like. If you are drawing the y-axis and the x-axis, this is how modulus of x minus p looks like. This is p, this is modulus of x minus p. When x is equal to 0, it will be p. It will keep continue to come downwards. It will reach 0 when the value of x becomes equal to p, and then it will again keep on rising. Or another way to look at it is, to the left of p, the value of the function is p minus x, and to the right of this it is x minus p. That is basically how modulus of x minus p is defined. Now let us try to understand the graph of modulus of x plus a and modulus of x minus 1. If you are drawing the, let us look at it over here. The base for modulus of x plus a will be minus a, and the base for modulus of x minus 1 is 1. So if you are drawing both the graphs, in the first case let us consider minus a to be less than or equal to 1, or a to be greater than or equal to minus 1. In the second case, let us consider minus a to be greater than or equal to 1, or the value of a to be less than or equal to minus 1. In the first case, if you are drawing the graphs, here you have the y-axis and here you have the x-axis. As minus a is less than or equal to 1, the base of modulus of x plus a will be to the left of the base of modulus of x minus 1. So it will look something like this. This is modulus of x minus 1, and this is modulus of x plus a. The reason this is important is because this is when x is equal to minus a and this is when x is equal to 1. To the left of the line x is equal to minus a, this will be equal to minus x minus a. To the right of it, this will be x plus a. Similarly, the graph of modulus of x minus 1, to the left of x is equal to 1, this will be 1 minus x, and to the right it will be x minus 1. This is something that we have already seen. Now if you are adding this line and these lines together, it will look something like this. You will have x axis, y axis, you will have a line like this, then you will have a straight line like this, and you will go up like this. This one where x is equal to minus a, and this will be when x is equal to 1. To the left of x is equal to minus a, this will be minus x minus a plus 1 minus x, which will be equal to 1 minus 2x minus a. And in the middle you have x plus a plus 1 minus x, which is basically equal to a plus 1. And to the right over here, this graph will be x minus 1 and this graph is x plus a. So if you are adding both of them together, you are going to get 2x plus a minus 1. Now this will have infinite solutions when this is equaling to only if this line, this straight line over here, a plus 1 is equal to 2, or when a is equal to 1. In the second case, when the graph of x is equal to minus a lies to the right of x is equal to 1, it will be something like this. We have the y-axis, we have the x-axis, we have this line which is x minus 1, modulus of x minus 1, and this line is modulus of x plus a. Over here x is equal to minus a is to the right, this is x is equal to 1. To the left of x is equal to 1, this function will be 1 minus x. To the right, this is x minus 1. Similarly, to the left of x is equal to minus a, this will be minus x minus a, and this will be x plus a. So now if you are adding both of those moduli in one graph, you have the y-axis, you have the x-axis. To the left of x is equal to 1, it will be something like this. Then you have a straight line, and then you again go up. It will be something like this. This will be 1 minus x plus minus x minus a. So this is 1 minus 2x minus a. This will be x minus 1 plus minus x minus a, which is minus 1 minus a. And to the right will be x plus a plus x minus 1, which is 2x plus a minus 1. This function is equal to 2 will have infinite solutions if minus 1 minus a is equal to 2, or the value of a is equal to minus 3. So either a is equal to 1 or a is equal to minus 3. The larger of the two is when a is equal to 1. So the correct answer is option C.
Google search Kraku CAT formulas PDF. Click on the first link. You will get a list of topics for CAT. Click on one of the topics. Download the PDF to get a list of formulas for the topic.
In this question, we are told that there are 100 students, and in that class 73 like coffee, 80 like tea, and 52 like lemonade. We are required to calculate the maximum and minimum number of students who like all the 3 drinks. Finding out the maximum number of people who like all the 3 drinks is very easy. That will be equal to 52, because 52 people like lemonade. The maximum number of people who like all the 3 drinks has to be equal to 52, because 53 people cannot like all the 3 drinks. Because if 53 people like all the 3 drinks, that is not possible, as only 52 people like lemonade. So the case where the 52 people like lemonade, also like tea, and also like coffee will be the maximum possible value of the number of people who like all the 3 drinks. So anyway, the maximum number of people is 52. Calculating the minimum will take some effort. Here let us assume, because some people might not like all the 3 drinks also, let us assume that n people don't like any of the 3 drinks. So we have a people who like exactly 1 drink, B people who like exactly 2 drinks, and C people like exactly 3 drinks. And n people like exactly 0 drinks. So the value of A plus B plus C plus N is equal to 100. This is the total number of people who are there in that class. But we also know that the number of people who like coffee, tea and lemonade, if you are combining all of them, that will be equal to A plus 2B plus 3C. This is equal to 73 plus 80 plus 52. Why is this the case? This is the case because if you assume that if you are calculating it from the number of drinks that are liked, that will be all the students who like exactly one drink, like only one drink. The number of people who like two drinks, that will be, if you are looking at the number of drinks that are liked, that will be 2 times that. And C people like all the 3 drinks. So if you're looking at the number of drinks that are liked, that will be 3C. Another way, another intuitive way of understanding this is, suppose you assume that if somebody has a drink, they get a flower. Now on a particular day, if somebody likes a drink, they drink it. So these A students, they get exactly 1 flower. These B students, because they have 2 drinks, they get 2 flowers each, or the total number of flowers given to them will be 2B. And these C students, each of them will get 3 flowers. So the total number of flowers given is A plus 2B plus 3C. This is one way of looking at it from the standpoint of the students. But if you are somebody who is at the drinks counter, you have some coffee, you have tea and you have lemonade. You are not looking at the student. So the guy who is at the coffee stand gives 73 flowers. The guy who is at the coffee stand gives 80 flowers. And the guy who is at the lemonade stand gives 52 flowers. So the total number of flowers that are given will be 73 plus 80 plus 52. Both of them have to be the same. So this way, if you are looking at it from the standpoint of the students, you are going to get A plus 2B plus 3C. If you are looking at it from the standpoint of the drinks, you are going to get 73 plus 80 plus 52. This has to equal 153 plus 52 is 205. Or if you subtract the first equation from the second equation, B plus 2C minus N is equal to 105. Or B plus 2C is equal to 105 plus capital N. We know the maximum number of people who like all the 3 drinks. Now we are trying to find out the minimum value of C. So to get the minimum value of C, let us first make N to be equal to 0, because as N is increasing, C also will increase. So if N is equal to 0, we have B plus 2C to be equal to 105. And we have A plus B plus C to be equal to 100. This N is 0, so we'll ignore it. If B plus 2C is equal to 105, the individual value of B has to be less than or equal to 100. So the minimum possible value of C is equal to 3. If C is equal to 3, B will be equal to 99, which is 105 minus 2 times 3. And the value of A will be minus 2, because A plus B plus C is equal to 100. So this is not valid. So let us increase C to 4. If C is equal to 4, B will be equal to 97 and A will be equal to minus 1. This also is not valid. So the minimum possible value of C will be equal to 5. In this case, B is equal to 95 and A is equal to 0. This is valid. So the minimum number of people who like all the 3 drinks is 5, and the difference between these two is 52 minus 5, which is equal to 47. In this question, we are told that there is a parallelogram. Let us assume that this is the parallelogram. We are given 3 vertices of the parallelogram. We are required to calculate the 4th vertex. This is a fairly straightforward question. Let us assume that this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. The coordinates of A are 1, 1. The coordinates of B is 3, 4. Coordinates of C is minus 2, 8. And coordinates of D we don't know. Let us assume that they are x, y. What do we know about a parallelogram? If you draw the diagonals of the parallelogram, they intersect each other and they bisect each other. That is, the midpoint of DB and the midpoint of AC are the same. The midpoint of AC can be easily calculated. The midpoint of AC will be 1 plus minus 2, that is minus 1 divided by 2. And the y coordinate will be 1 plus 8, that is 9 divided by 2. This will be the same midpoint between D and B. That is 3 plus x divided by 2 is equal to minus 1 by 2. And 4 plus y divided by 2 is equal to 9 by 2. Or the value of x will be equal to minus 4 and the value of y is equal to 5. So the coordinates of D are minus 4, 5, which is option D. In this question, we are told that x, y and z are natural numbers such that xy plus yz is equal to 19 and yz plus xz is equal to 51, we are asked to calculate the minimum possible value of x into y into z. Here we are told that xy plus yz is equal to 19. So if you take y common, y into x plus z is equal to 19. X, y and z are natural numbers. So the minimum possible value of x plus z is 2. This will happen if x and z are equal to 1. This would tell us that the only possible value of y is equal to 1. Because the factors of 19 are 1 and 19. If x plus z is at least equal to 2, x plus z cannot be equal to 1. So x plus z has to equal 19 and y will be equal to 1. Now if you look at the second equation, we are told that yz plus xz is equal to 51. Or if you take z common, z into x plus y is equal to 51. Y is already equal to 1, we know that. So z into x plus 1 is equal to 51. What are the factors of 51? The factors of 51 are 1, 3, 17 and 51. So if z is equal to 1, we will have x plus 1 to be equal to 50 or x is equal to 50, but x plus z is equal to 19 is not satisfied, so we will ignore this. If z is equal to 3, x plus 1 is equal to 17 or x is equal to 16 and this is satisfied. So this is one solution, z is equal to 3 and x is equal to 16. If z is equal to 17, x plus 1 will be equal to 3 and x is equal to 2. Again this equation is satisfied, so this also is valid. Z cannot be equal to 51 because in that case x will be negative. If z is equal to 51, x will be equal to 0, so that's clearly not valid. That won't be a natural number. X plus z will not be equal to 19 and so on. So this equation basically has two solutions. In one solution we have x is equal to 16, z is equal to 3 and y is equal to 1. In the second one, x is equal to 2, z is equal to 17 and y is equal to 1. In the first case, the value of x into y into z is 48. In the second case, the value of x into y into z is equal to 34. So the minimum possible value of x into y into z is 34. So the answer for this question is 34. In this question, we are told that Alex invested his savings in two parts. Let us assume that the first part he invested A and the second part he invested B. Both of them he invested in simple interest. In the first part, the interest at 15% per annum for 4 years, that simple interest will be equal to principal into rate of interest, which is 15% into 4 divided by 100. This is 15 into 4. This is equal to the simple interest on the second one, which is B into 12% into 3 by 100. Both of them we are told are exactly equal. This will help us in getting a ratio of A and B. So this is 4 and this will be 3. You can cancel 1 3 and this will be 5. Or the value is 5A is equal to 3B, or the value of B is equal to 5 by 3A. What we are required to calculate is the percentage of his savings invested in the first part. The total savings is equal to A plus B. This is equal to A plus 5 by 3A, which is the value of B. This is equal to 8 by 3A. So the percentage will be equal to A divided by 8 by 3A. We can cancel A on both sides into 100. This is equal to 300 by 8, which is equal to 75 by 2, which is 37.5%. So the correct answer will be option A. In this question, we are told that there is a person called Pinky who is standing in a queue, and the number of people ahead of her and the number of people behind her, that numbers are in the ratio of 3:5. So we can assume that this is 3x and this is 5x. So the total number of people who are in this line will be 3x plus 5x, that is 8x, plus Pinky herself. So this is 8x plus 1. This is the total number of people who are standing in this line. This we are told is less than 300, or the value of 8x will be less than 299. What is the largest multiple of 8 which is less than 299? Because we are trying to maximize the value of x. You will notice that the maximum value, the highest number which is less than 299, which is a multiple of 8, is 296. this is equal to 37 into 8. So the highest possible value of x is equal to 37. So the maximum number of people who are standing ahead of Pinky will be 37 into 3, which is equal to 111. So the answer for this question is 111. In this question, we are told that for any real number x, the function where x is given in brackets denotes the largest integer less than or equal to x. We are told that the sum of integer part of 1 by 5 plus n by 5 is equal to 25 for a sum of such functions. We are required to calculate the value of capital N. Before we get worried, let us first note down a few of these numbers and try to find out what their value is. When the value of n is 1, this is 1 by 5 plus 1 by 25, the integer part of it. This will be equal to 0 because this is less than 1. The second term will be 1 by 5 plus 2 by 25. This also will be equal to 0. This will continue to be 0 till the value of the second term is at least equal to 4 by 5. And when does this become equal to 4 by 5? It becomes equal to 4 by 5 when the value of n is equal to 20. So the first time it becomes equal to 1 is when this is 1 by 5 plus 20 by 25. This is equal to 1. The actual value is also equal to 1. Therefore, the integer part of it is also equal to 1. The next term is 1 by 5 plus 21 by 25. This is slightly greater than 1 but definitely less than 2. So this also becomes equal to 1. This continues to be the case and it becomes equal to 2 for the first time when this part n by 25 is equal to 9 by 5. Because then 1 by 5 plus 9 by 5 becomes equal to 2 and the integer part will also be equal to 2. So the value of n will be 45. So when this is 1 by 5 plus 45 by 25, for the first time this is equal to 2. So the last time it is equal to 1 is when the value of n is equal to 44 by 25. Here it is equal to 1. So how many times is it equal to 1? The number of times we get this function to be equal to 1 is 44 minus 20 plus 1, which is equal to 25. So 25 times we are getting this 1 and the sum of the first 25 terms is also equal to 25. So when you are getting this, the value of n has to equal 44 because when the value of capital N is equal to 44, the value is 25. When the value of capital N is equal to 45, the sum becomes equal to 27. This is 25 for the first 25 terms and then 2 start. We are required to stop when the sum is equal to 25. So the value of n is equal to 44.